Hello friends, I'm Dustin Davis and welcome to the channel. Here you'll find everything you need to know about the Bears. The weeks leading into a new season often reveal as much about a team's priorities as the months of off-season roster building that came before them. Some organizations settle quietly into their final depth charts, signaling confidence in the work already done. Others, however, keep their lines open and their options fluid, willing to reshape key areas if the right opportunity presents itself. In this case, the uncertainty does not come from doubts in the talent already on hand, but from the fragile balance of health, depth, and scheme fit. When even one position group shows cracks during preseason, the ripple effects reach far beyond a single injury report. Decisions in September can dictate whether the roster bends or breaks by November. That tension has left front office eyes searching both sides of the ball for reinforcements. The focus has turned toward positions where attrition has been most visible, and where outside additions could stabilize what otherwise looks like a promising lineup. It is within this window of quiet urgency that the following developments come into view. Now that we've set the stage, let's dive into the first major storyline that could reshape Chicago's roster. First, friends, can I ask for a small favor? If you're liking what we do, click the like button to show your support. It truly means a lot. Thanks again. In the days since the preseason concluded, Halas Hall has carried an unusual stillness, with the Chicago Bears limiting their moves to minor practice squad adjustments and depth chart shuffling. Yet observers close to the team continued to wonder if general manager Ryan Poles is quietly considering a more decisive addition before the opener against Minnesota. After all, Poles pulled off similar late window deals last year when he brought in Darrell Taylor and Chris Williams. Reminders that even at this stage, significant roster changes remain possible. According to a source, Poles and his staff have been active in trade conversations centered around the running back position, a group that absorbed notable hits during camp. Roshan Johnson has been hampered by a recurring foot injury, while Kyle Monangai sat out the final two preseason games with a soft tissue issue. With those setbacks, the rotation behind the starter pool has grown thin. One name connected repeatedly to these inquiries is Travis Etienne, the former Clemson standout who carved out a productive role in Jacksonville, but now faces a crowded depth chart under a new staff. Etienne's profile makes him an attractive fit for Chicago's offense. He runs with enough power to handle short yardage situations while offering versatility as a pass catcher out of the backfield. Across 3 NFL seasons, he has posted 132 receptions and cleared the 1,000-yard scrimmage mark in each of his first 2 years, establishing himself as a reliable third-down option. For Jacksonville, the decision is shaped by both depth and dollars. The club drafted 2 new backs in April, still has Tank Bigsby on the roster, and must evaluate Etienne's contract status against future cap flexibility. If the Bears were able to strike a favorable deal, the acquisition would immediately upgrade their ground game, while providing new schematic dimensions in passing scenarios. Ultimately, though, the question hinges on whether Jacksonville is prepared to move him and what price they would require in return. As defensive depth comes into focus, another area of the roster carries its own set of uncertainties. Another area of quiet concern has been the pass rush. Ryan Poles invested nearly $200 million this offseason in reshaping both lines, but behind Montez Sweat and newly signed Dayo Odeyingbo, Chicago's edge rotation lacks depth. Over the course of a season, that thin margin can prove costly, particularly if injuries strike. One potential solution is Yetur Gross-Matos, a 27-year-old edge rusher currently in San Francisco. Slotted behind Nick Bosa, Bryce Huff, and rookie Michael Williams, his role is limited, making him a plausible trade piece. His $9.4 million cap figure could be absorbed by Chicago, though an optimal scenario would see the 49ers retain some salary. He entered the league in 2020 as a second-round pick for Carolina, where he produced 13 sacks, 142 tackles, 19 for loss, 30 quarterback hits, and 2 forced fumbles. Across 4 seasons, his tenure was marked by both promising flashes and stretches of inconsistency, but his athletic profile still makes him intriguing. A knee injury in 2024 limited his time, yet he returned late to post a 3-sack performance in Week 14, earning NFC Defensive Player of the Week honors. He closed the year with 19 tackles and 4.0 sacks in 11 games. The 49ers rewarded him with a 2-year, $18 million contract, though his current spot on the depth chart raises questions about long-term fit. Chicago's interest would be practical as much as ambitious, with Austin Booker on injured reserve and the possibility that top contributors like Sweat or Odiengbo could miss time. A reliable rotational piece becomes essential. A reasonable trade framework might involve sending San Francisco a 2026 fifth-round pick, escalating to a fourth if Gross-Matos reaches 8 sacks. For the 49ers, it would yield immediate draft capital for a player they may not feature heavily. For the Bears, it would provide Dennis Allen's defense with another versatile edge presence, capable of contributing without carrying unrealistic expectations. Gross-Matos would not transform Chicago into a top 10 pass rush unit overnight, but he represents a practical, low-risk upgrade who, if healthy, could stabilize a rotation in need of reinforcement. The Bears are weighing significant choices, and that opens the door for debate. What are your thoughts on the possibility of a running back trade? Do you believe targeting a proven playmaker like Travis Etienne would be worth the draft capital? Or should Chicago stick with its current backfield and trust that health will stabilize the depth? And what about the pass rush? Would a move for Yetur Gross-Matos make sense to you? Or do you think the Bears should pursue a different edge option, or perhaps stand pat and rely on internal development? We'd love to hear your perspective. Which of these potential moves excites you more, and which one worries you most? Leave it in the comments. Support the channel by leaving a like and subscribing. Stay one step ahead with all the latest on Bears. See you in the next one.